Hi, I am the Glob Glow Gap Galab. I love books, and this is my treasure trove. What's up? And today I'm gonna finally do an album review on MGMT's Little Dark Age. Yes. What the heck? I thought my door was open for a second, but it's closed. No worries. No one saw me. No one knows I'm doing an album review on MGMT. Anyway, MGMT, if you don't know who they are a electro-pop, psych, rock, synth-pop, goth-pop band duo from New York, USA. They have been making music for a decade already. They started off with their debut album, Oracular Spectacular, and it is a super mainstream poppy album that's actually really fun and catchy in a lot of ways. There are singles like Time to Pretend, Electric Feel, and Kids. Kids is a really damn good song, and these singles are so great. And then in 2010, they released Congratulations immediately with these experimental, weird, strange tracks. And because MGMT became super weird and experimental and strange and absurd, a lot of the older fans have left them. But me, in my opinion, MGMT's Congratulations is the best MGMT album. Thumbs up. 9 out of 10. Probably. And then, quite some time later, they released their self-titled album, which is somewhat strange. And not strange, experimental, creative, and artistic kind of way, but more like, what happened to MGMT kind of way. It's underwritten, it's really fuzzy, really blurry, and it feels like MGMT had ran out of ideas for writing songs, for writing catchy and fun songs. Instead, this album just feels kind of underwritten and ill-produced in general. And it sounds like MGMT could not fit in the new musical landscape. So yeah, MGMT's third album is kind of a letdown. But now we are headed to their fourth album. And turns out MGMT had made another turn and started to make something even more mind-blowing, mind-bending, and unpredictable. And that's truly amazing, I'm telling you. And it's really cool to see MGMT recovering from the negative, criticism for their last album, which is the self-titled one, of course. And on this album, Little Dark Age, man, is this album good. Before they released this album, they had, already teased us with singles like the title track, When You Die, and Hand It Over, and all these tracks also intrigued me a lot, and I love them all. And yeah, I am really anticipated for this album, really. And this album overall, it does not disappoint. It's full of fun and catchy hooks, but it also has these dark and absurd and strange song topics that are really interesting to dig and dive deep. On this album, they are going completely straight 80s synth pop, and it's not a bad idea because it has brought a lot of nostalgic songs that also has this modern silliness, sarcasm, satire to it, and the album also has loads of colorful and vibrant moments with these synthesizers, guitars, and drum beats that are super memorable, catchy, and sticky. And this album also has a spooky, strange, gothy kind of quality to it that's super intriguing and interesting. And all the vocals in this album are also tongue-in-cheek, straightforward, and really simplistic, and I actually kind of enjoy that aesthetic. So the album starts off with She Works Out Too Much, which is a banger. I love this track a lot. It gets better and better every time I listen to it, and every time I listen to it, I just get up and dance because it's super catchy. She works out too much. The only reason it never worked out 'cause he didn't work out enough. And this song is basically about a relationship that is falling apart because the male side of the relationship didn't work out enough, while the female side of the relationship works out too much. And I do find that really hilarious with the really funny lyrics, all the exercise references in the lyrics. And it kind of reminds me of the New Workout Plan by Kanye West, which is also a super fun song. And to me, this song, I don't think it really means what it means. Maybe it's a metaphor for something. I don't know. But anyway, this is a super fun, memorable, and catchy song. And it's also kind of relatable. I have a classmate at school who loves doing gym. Not love, but who does gym a lot. And in contrast, we have me. I don't do gym. Like, I've done gym. I've been to gym a couple times, 3 times, 4 times. I think I lifted a little weight. I ran a little bit on the treadmills, and that's it. While this friend of mine, who is a female friend, by the way, she works out too much. So it's exactly what the title says. She works out too much. And man, this song also kind of reminds me of LCD Sound System's Get Innocuous, which is also a super sanitizing, cleansing song that also has a dreamy quality to it. And yeah, it's super fun. And then we have Me and Michael. Me and Michael is a super sweet and lovely song that's super satisfying to the ears, and it also has this thick 80s feel to it that I absolutely love, although I am born in the year 2002. But 80s, I love that feeling.
Not everyone can be like me and Michael. The only problem is forgetting which side you're on. So you think.
And I also love the very gentle synths in the background just swirling around, and the twinkling guitars just here and there. And overall, it's just a really sweet song. The vocals are also very simplistic and sweet and nice at the same time. Me and Michael. And I also love the very strange music video. It's weird. It's just weird, and I love it. And wow, TSLAMP. Time spent looking at my phone.
Try to pull the curtains back, turn you off, can't detach when all I want and all I know is time spent looking at my phone.
And this is a very smooth, groovy, milky song with a really groovy guitar hook. And the song also feels really dreamy, and I really like that. And this song is, this song deals with the way people look at their phones all the time and have been missing all these amazing moments in their lives. Nothing can compete than the first time that you saw her. And that's a really true line. Wow. And wow, the lyrics on the song is dead on. Wow. And then there's also a song called One Thing Left to Try, which is a really dancey, quick-paced disco song that feels really heroic, especially in the choruses. It just feels like some superhero to the rescue.
There's one thing left to try. If you wanna save your life, fear is his name, but his friends still call him God.
lyrics on this thing completely contrasts from the music of the song, because the lyrics basically hints suicidal thoughts. And there's this one line: fears the name, but my friends still call him God. And man, this song just has this level of depth in the background that is yet to be decrypted, and I just love it. And there are also a couple of songs on here that just feels kind of weak, a little bit, a little bit, you know, insignificant. Just not that doesn't stand out as much as other tracks. Doesn't mean they're bad though. It's actually all right, but it's just not as good. And one of them is probably When You're Small, which is kind of minimalistic, simplistic, and it's also super spacey and echoey. And the vocals on here just feels kind of forced because it's so stripped back and simple and nakedly honest for some reason. But I actually do kind of like the dreamy, swirly crescendo towards the end of that song. And the song James, it's the vocals on here also feels kind of forced, a little bit unorthodox maybe. And this song it sounds like a complete Ariel Pink ripoff. And yeah, I guess. And the track Days That Got Away, it's this little instrumental track that just feels really insignificant and weak. Not that it's bad though, it's actually okay. It's just that it doesn't appeal to me as much as other tracks. But damn, let's talk about the 3 teaser singles for this song, because damn, they're all amazing. Let's start off with Hand It Over, which is also super minimalistic and dreamy, super dreamy. MGMT likes to end their albums off with a dreamy, soft, milky song, and here we have Hand It Over, which is basically about the inauguration of Donald Trump, President Barack Obama giving the presidency, the office, to Donald Trump. You get the idea. But this song also kind of feels like a meditation on MGMT's change in musical styles and trying to adapt the new musical landscape. And yeah, this song is actually not that bad. It took me a few listens to fully enjoy it and grasp it, and I really like it. It's a really intriguing song. It's actually groovy, and I like the guitar embellishments, and it's a good ending to the album. And damn, the song When You Die is super harsh with its prickly and aggressive lyrics. Go fuck yourself. I mean, and I'm evil.
You die. Words don't do anything. It's permanently nice. And I won't feel anything. We'll all be laughing with you when you die.
And the music of the song, like the melody of the song, completely contrasts with the lyrics. Once again, the song is actually really catchy and sweet, and it has this Asian, like Japanese Asian tinge to it that I find hilarious. It's actually really good sounding, super catchy, super fun, and the music video to this song is also super horrifying and gruesome. Towards the end of the video, we kind of glide across this weird landscape of blood vessels and faces that are immersed into walls of flesh, and they're like laughing at you. It's super gross, but also kind of funny. The title track, the fucking title track. Oh, it's one of my favorite songs last year, and damn, this is good. It gets better every time I listen to it.
Policemen swear to God, love sleeping from the guns. I know my friends and I would probably turn and run. If you get out of bed, come find us heading for the bridge. Bring a stone, all the rage, my little dark age.
The title track is super catchy. The guitars, the bass is super deep and murky, and the synthesizers are really, really catchy, sweet, and nice. The chord progression is simply genius. And I really love the ending of the song where the synths just go, and I also really enjoy the disembodying vocals that are just going around in a very ghoulish fashion. And the music video, once again, the music video. Wow, I'm truly impressed with the music video. And this song also has this gothic pop feeling to it that I absolutely enjoy. I love how MGMT just fuses elements of synth pop, goth pop, psych rock, and mashed them together into one super solid, catchy, and fun song that's really fun to sing along to. And I also really love the cryptic lyrics that are really hard to decode, and there are a lot of interpretations to the lyrics, and I'm going to leave you with that, leaving the interpretation work to you guys. But overall, I love this album a lot, and at first, this album feels kind of like an average MGMT album, but the more I listen to it, the better it gets. Nothing too grand, nothing too mind-blowing and groundbreaking, not like it's a second coming of Congratulations and it's super convoluted and creative, but it's more like a collection of super fun, catchy songs that are really good to listen to, and these songs are also kind of speaking to our minds in a way. But at the same time, it's also super fun to dance to and to sing along with. And in a lot of ways, MGMT is back on this album, bringing a lot of elements of their older music back on this album. And that's why this album it's just a really impressive piece of art. And just look at the album cover. It kind of reminds me of Edvard Munch's The Scream for some reason, and it's a cool album cover. The worst is Days That Got Away, and the best is the title track, Little Dark Age, and I'm giving MGMT's Little Dark Age a 9 to an 8 out of 10. Still a super great album, probably gonna end up in the top 20s of the year. Who knows? So, have you listened to MGMT's Little Dark Age? From 1 to 10, how much would you rate it? Like if you like it, and subscribe if you want more. I want more. I know you do.